Glitch City, 2070X AD. A city that shouldn't exist, a tax haven where corporations and criminal empires reign supreme. In this place, all human life has been infected with nanomachines to keep them in check. Over them stand the White Knights who ensure that a corrupt government's laws are obeyed. Here, brutality in all its forms is an everyday reality. The quality of life for the non-powerful decreases at an alarming rate. For many, this can be overwhelming. Some devote themselves to their jobs, their families, or even their studies. Some look for ways to escape this place, and others just give up. But for many of them, the answer lies at the bottom of a glass. On a small road just seconds away from the main street, somewhere near the slums, you can find the Hall A of the BTC certified bar coded Va-11. But that's a mouthful, so we just call it Valhalla. A small oasis in the middle of the concrete desert, a fountain of spirits waiting for tired souls. And it's here where this story unfolds. Alrighty guys, welcome in. It's the final day of Daily Valhalla. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are excited to experience this last day of our lovely series together. And yeah, we're just going to get into it. I am going to do one quick thing here in the background. But I'm going to get this opened up here, and we'll get ready to start here in just a second. Alright, you know the great thing about that, chat, is I had to probably fiddle too much with my mic, and that's going to cause some great issues, but that's going to be okay. Alrighty, chat, it is day 19, I guess. Is that right? I think that's right. We're on day 20. I didn't save anything, did I? Shoot. Is this where I think I'm going to be? No. Okay, we're good. I was a little worried that I didn't save over the day, but no, we're fine, because there's technically... No, this is the last day. This is the last day. I was a little worried, but we're good, I think. Alrighty. You have no notifications or reminders. Happy New Year. May all your wishes come true in the new bountiful year filled with health and joy. Happy New Year. Click to dismiss this message. Jill says, I'll leave the closet open in case you want to hide from the noise. Vor says, thanks. We're a good cat mom. Let's read the news, chat. The augmented eye is down for maintenance. Sorry for the inconvenience. That's very unusual. I was not expecting to see that. But you know what? That makes our life a lot easier because we can just go straight to work. Is there anything I want to read in the Kira Mickey blog? Ooh, Va-11 Hall A. Name sounds a little bit funny. It's hard to pronounce. Good thing it's actually called Valhalla. Funny numbers are just a code. Kira visited this small downtown bar twice after getting lost for a bit. She was in our neon district. First was a bit scary because I forgot my way back there once I got in there. Felt really safe and at home. Bartenders are a bunch of sweethearts and the boss is such a class act. I even took a photo with her and sent a video to her little sister. I look forward to visiting again. The drinks were very tasty even though they weren't made with real alcohol. Cute. Jill says, I don't know if I want the bar to suddenly become a fan tourism hotspot, says Jill, but you know what? Sometimes you can't choose what happens. You just have to enjoy it, and maybe we'll get a little bit more popularity here in the new year. But that's okay. All right. It's time to go to work, chat. It's time for our final day. Let's face our fears. Let's have a wonderful New Year's Eve. Saturday, December 31st. Well, let's see, says Dana. Gil's in the back getting everything ready. I'll go grab some food I've ordered. They only agree to work on New Year's if I want to pick it up myself. Are you alright? Asks Dana. I'm scared, says Jill. Gabby will show up at any minute. Relax, everything will be alright. I can assure you of that, says Dana. Drink something, maybe that will cheer you up. Maybe, says Jill. I'll leave you for a bit, but keep your chin up. If you get through this, I'll give you, I don't know, a hug. Does that work? A hug? A big one. A reward for after everything's said and done. Let me just adjust my mic here really quick. Perfect. Gotta go. You can do it, says Dana. Right. Everything's fine. You've been avoiding this for all these years. Now it's time to face it head on. Yeah. Everything's fine. Everything will be better after I talk to Gabby. Boss might even give me a hug. I'm okay, thinks Jill. Hello? Gabby. Hey, come in. Excuse me. Welcome to Va. Hey, you talk first, says Jill. No, well... Some days ago I got a letter. And even odder than getting a letter is the fact that, it was from your sister, says Jill. A what? My sister sent you a letter? That's the first I've heard of it. What did it say? I don't know. I never opened it. At least not until now. Huh? I figured I should read it with you. Yeah, let's do it. Let's read it. Alright then. Sorry. Just that? Yup. Isn't there anything else in the letter? Maybe on the back? This is just like your sister. I spent days worried about this letter, not wanting to open it for fear of what it might contain. I lost sleep and appetite thinking about it. And after all those worries, after all those problems, after all these years not talking to each other, she sends me a letter, a fucking letter, of all things. And she just says, sorry? Sorry for what? For our fight? For not talking all these years? Now I'm fucking pissed. Are you laughing? Asks Jill. Sorry, I remember all the times my sis provoked you that way. Like that time where she gave you chocolates labeled 1, 2, and 4 during Valentine's Day, and you were pissed about the lack of a 3. Or that time when you left an open beer bottle on the table. She sneakily opened it and took a sip. She didn't tell you she did it, and you were confused all day long. She always bragged she knew me like the back of her hand, says Jill. If the letter was supposed to piss me off like that, I guess she had all the rights to brag. Maybe she was being sincere, though, says Gabby. She did express to me that she was sorry on more than one occasion. She did, huh? You told me she died from localized nanomachine rejection, right? In her heart, yeah. Instead of the massive rejection that always makes the news, her case was more focused. They usually amputate or replace the part and call it a day. But organs are different. The condition made her susceptible to transplant rejections. Not to mention artificial hearts and genetic treatments were out of the question. Yep. Thing is, apparently she suffered that since she was 18, but kept it a secret from everyone. Why? Hell if I know. I was too angry to learn that she hid it. Why didn't she tell me? Was it to avoid worrying me? Was she ashamed? What was it? Wait, how does she live so normally then? She had to use a serum, shots near her heart every 3 days. Apparently the serum burns like hell. The shot even left her a nasty mark where she had to apply them. So the thing near her left breast wasn't a birthmark? Thanks, Jill. And the rejection was what ended up killing her? The nanomachine rejection was what ended up killing her, but they couldn't find what made her so vulnerable. Doctor said she might have missed a shot, or the shots made her other defenses grow weaker. The condition could have just gone nuts out of nowhere. Or maybe it was blood pressure. Maybe it was a regular heart attack and the rejection acted afterwards. They don't know. She kept it a secret from everyone, so nobody knows. Maybe she had told me about it. I could have helped her. Maybe she'd still be alive. Maybe she wouldn't have faced it all alone instead of just dying in her sleep. Thinking about what ifs won't bring her back. I spent so much time hammering myself with what ifs after you told me she died. What if I waited to cool down a bit back then? What if I just swallowed my fears at the very moment? What if I had apologized earlier? What if I had given a chance to the research institute back then? And the amount just increased there threefold after I lashed out at you the other day. But today I realized something. Having such regrets with the dead is a hollow effort. You're alive, you're here, I can make amends with you, but I can't make amends with the dead. I can't apologize to her like I can apologize to you right now. Jill. Lenore, She's resting now. She's just resting after having that heart condition after all these years. She'd have to face it alone, though, if she only... So, let's celebrate her life and achievements. If we are to mourn, let's mourn her together. If we are to honor her, we'll do it together. Together. Lenore was a fun-loving person. The best we can do right now is to lighten up, even if it's only for a moment. I need to ask, though, did she really start to complain about chest pains shortly after I left? No. She didn't get visibly worse after you left or anything. Everything was actually too sudden. She did complain about chest pains from time to time, but that actually goes way back before you left. Back then, we thought it was just acid reflux or something. God, I even blamed her death on you. I was just too angry back then, and part of me just wanted to put the blame on someone or something. And you didn't deserve that. Sorry. Hey, I'm sorry too, you know. We both have things to apologize for. Don't think too much about it. I should have been mature and not shouted at you either, so... Let's just call all that water under the bridge, shall we? Are you sure? Of course I am. So how did you find me exactly? Well, have you heard of a message board called Dangeroo? I have, yeah. Well, truth is that I visit from time to time. And the other day I read a thread that discussed the bar. And the description of the bartender sounded just like you. Huh. Are you mad? No, not mad. More like dumbfounded. Hey Jill, can you tell me what the problem was back then? What sparked that fight? Weren't you happy with my sister? Well... Back then I didn't know what to do with myself after I graduated college. I went in and pretty much hated my last couple of years there. It's not far-fetched to think that I only tolerated being there because your sister was with me. Had she stopped supporting my studies, I would have quit right then and there. And then after graduating, I got a very good job offer that she accepted on my behalf in no time. She kept saying it was the best for me and my future, but I was livid. Why did she have to do that? I hated it. I didn't know if I wanted to go there, but she still insisted so much. Like she was forcing that burden on me. And then mine became our future, and she started talking about marriage. You're going to get married? I don't think we ever took it too seriously. It was just something she kept mentioning. Not like we didn't think about that down the line, but she mostly teased me with it. The thought suddenly scared the shit out of me. I loved her. I really did love her. But I don't think I was ready for such a commitment, especially considering what she did. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I wasn't going to let her decide such a big thing for me. I mean, she could be really pushy from time to time. Like I said, I pretty much passed college thanks to being with her, and that was partly because she was so pushy. Even if she had the best intentions, she could be abrasive from time to time. And it rained down on me at that moment. She took it upon herself to make that choice for me. What would have stopped her once we got married? What if she suddenly decided to craft my life to her needs after marriage? I knew her. She would do it thinking it was the best for me, but what about my freedom? My say on the matter. So that's where you stopped loving Lenore? No. I never stopped loving her, which is why it hurts so much. Which you have to understand. I didn't want to wake up 40 years old and working a job I hate, just out of routine, getting used to it. I wanted a break from everything for a while to put my thoughts in order, regroup myself, think carefully about what to do next. I can understand. I've sometimes felt the same, although I'm not even in college. So that's what led you two to fighting, huh? You know, the word fight makes it sound like we exchanged blows or something. It's all silly when I think back to it. Tragically silly. Maybe I was the one who started the fight, getting all defensive about not wanting to take that offer. Perhaps if I didn't overreact to her arguments about wasting this huge opportunity, maybe she wouldn't have lashed out at me this bad. Could have been avoided if I had just kept a cool head and talked about that with her. My sister said something like that. I told you she mentioned on more than one occasion how sorry she was about the whole thing, right? Should have listened to her at the end, but instead I kept pushing her. I should have kept a cool head instead of letting my jealousy take the best of me. It was her offer, not mine. Should have stopped projecting myself so much into her. Something like that. Lenore. We are quite the hotheads, you and me, my sis. You were supposed to be the mature one, you know? Play your role correctly. Why didn't you come back, Jill? Did you end up hating us that much? Did the break include us too? No, it's just that... Remember when your sister was giving a class, and you broke a window? How you didn't want to see her for fear of being scolded? My sister wouldn't have scolded you. But I was afraid. Dead afraid. I couldn't bring myself to face your sister. But I faced her back then, and I was like 7 at the time. Why couldn't you do it? It's not quite the same. And in perspective, no matter what reason I come up with, it will never make sense. Everything sounds very stupid when I look back, you know? Not that it makes things easier. I won't ever get to speak to her ever again. It feels bad because it's stupid. I swear, you and me and my sister were meant for one another. You both moved on after all that, but neither had the courage to go back and say you're sorry. Like I said, berating myself over these past mistakes won't bring her back. I miss her so much, though. We were together all the time, always talking about dumb stuff. I wouldn't call my parents useless, but she was the one I could always talk to. I feel her absence every day. Everything is just so quiet now. She was an amazing person. Yeah. She was an amazing person. Mourning is fine and all, but we should be celebrating her life. If she was here, she would tell us that there's no fun in sulking for so long, says Jill. She told you that all the time, says Gabby. The same way she told you to stop rubbing things in people's faces. Both figuratively and literally. Hey, I was 8 back then. So let's have a toast in her honor, shall we? A toast? Yeah, let me get you a drink. A drink? Don't worry, trust me. Preferably something sweet. Sweet and non-alcoholic. Let's do... Let's do... I can't do that, unfortunately. Let's do a sugar rush in honor of the very first drink you can make in the game, I think. A sugar rush is 2 Adelhyde and 1 powdered delta, with optional Carmetrine, all mixed. Sweet, light and fruity, as girly as it gets. Sweet, girly, and happy. Grab this for a second. Okay. Lenore, I know you're watching from the beyond right now as I give a drink to your little sister. It's obvious to me now that we both meant to make amends at some point, but we never got around to it. I can't apologize to you anymore, but I can at the very least make you rest easier. So know that I'll look out for Gabby in your absence. I'll make sure Gabby grows into a fine woman, just like you were. I'll always be there for her. I'll be sure the little brat doesn't face the same problem you and I had. Hey! Want to add anything? I'll always miss her. Don't say it to me, say it to her. It's a bit... Come on, just this once. I'll always miss you, sis. Sis. Sis, you idiot. Why did you keep that secret for so long? Idiot, idiot. I always told you everything. Wasn't I enough? You idiotic idiot. Hey, Jill, promise me you won't be like that knucklehead, that you won't keep stuff like that to yourself. Only if you promise the same to me. And promise we won't fight. I can't do that. Eh? You and I are both too thick-headed. Sooner or later we'll clash on some opinion. But what I can promise is that I won't run away like last time. We'll both cool off and talk it over like the adults we are. I'm not an adult. Let's face it, you've been more mature than I have. Hey, did you mean what you said? That you'll look after me? I'll always be here for you, Gabby. I mean, I'm not Lenore, but I wouldn't dare leave my little sister alone. Jill. Hey, wasn't this a toast? Right. For Lenore. Faithful sister and girlfriend. Cheers. Cheers. About this drink. Can I drink it? Do you like it? Take a sip. It's not bad. Why not drink it then? You're with an adult. We might as well break the alcohol taboo here right and now. Right. Now that I think back to it, didn't your sister give you beer once as a prank? Oh yeah, that. It was April Fool's. I should have known better when she offered me apple soda. I put bubblegum on the soles of all her shoes in retaliation. She walked funny, and my jaw hurt for the rest of the day. Yeah, but did you know you got my drink that time? Huh? She gave me a beer and it turned out to be apple soda. Oh. Did you get back at her? Well, I did hide all the dildos in the house that night, only to find out she knew how to use a cucumber. Thanks, Jill. And as a follow-up, she used that same cucumber in a salad days later. She said, so, do you like eating me for lunch? Me for lunch. I was funny. I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, about this line. And I said, so do you like eating me for breakfast? Because I thought that's the line, but it's pretty funny that it's so you like eating me for lunch. I love it. Delightful. Also, how interesting that we have no signal up there. I wonder what that could mean. Jill, I'll tell you when you're older. Never at all. Hmm? Hey, Gabby, do your parents know you're here? They think I'm at Claire's, actually. Who? Oh, she's my best friend at school. And this Claire knows you're using her as an excuse, right? Of course. How would she cover for me otherwise? True. Will you go to her house afterwards? To be honest, I didn't think that far. Maybe I will. I do live in another district, but Claire doesn't live close by, so... Well, it can't be helped. I live nearby and the streets aren't exactly safe at night. Why not stay with me tonight? Are you sure? I don't live in a mansion, but I'd say it's comfy enough, at least to spend the night. Sure, I'd love to stay with you. Great. Hey, does your dad still have that bakery? His bread was really good. Yep, he opened a second branch last year. So he's looking to expand? I think he got into a partnership with a friend in Motor District. The guy saw an opportunity after realizing Motor District has almost no bakeries. I still remember when your sister introduced me to him. He started shouting, I knew it! I fucking knew it, you're a lesbian! Mark one for daddy! I think he had this bet with an acquaintance of his ever since my sis was 12 years old, or so. Dad said sis wasn't a girl as the acquaintance didn't believe him. He bet a beer on whether he was right or not. That beer bottle is still in the fridge. It's even labeled Sweet Victory. Your mom and Lenore never made up, did they? I guess that one wasn't as simple as that said to one too many things argument. Mom was always obsessed with high society. In her circle of friends, a lesbian daughter was a no-no. I'm still on my sister's side for that one, though. Mom didn't reject her because she herself was homophobic. She did because her friends were. To Mom, the opinion of her circle of friends was worth more than her own daughter. How did she react to her death? Don't know. Mom and Dad broke up 2 years ago. They did? They never got married, so there was no proper divorce. I haven't seen her since August, I think. Did you two fight too? No, she just hasn't showed up. You must have felt alone, huh? I've been there. A bit, but I'm not alone anymore, thanks to you. Huh? I thought there was gonna be a party in here. Alma, over here. Party? A small New Year's celebration. Want to stay for it? I don't know. I don't want a kid to be a burden. A burden? Don't worry, you won't. You'll only get cola for the night, though. No alcohol. It'll give us time to catch up even more. I can introduce you to some friends. Are you in? If you don't mind me. Great. Hey, Alma, come here. There's someone I want to introduce you to. Oh, shit. Thanks, guys, for enjoying this journey with me. Fuck, I'm gonna cry, actually. This has been Va-11 Hall A Cyberpunk Bartender Action by Sukuban Games. And what a fantastic, fantastic day and series it has been. I'm actually crying. Heck. Oh, man. Every single time I make up with Gabby and Jill gets to have her experience of reuniting with somebody she lost, it always really hurts. But like in the best possible way. Thank you guys for a wonderful 24, almost 25 days of fantastic content and just hanging out and having a wonderful time. I want to appreciate every single one of you guys for being here. It has been amazing. I always love playing this game. It means the world to me. It is just a lot of fun and really cozy to play every single day. And I'm glad I got to do this daily Valhalla thing. It is, not only do I feel like I'm getting closer to some people who follow this game really closely, but I feel like I'm getting closer to just this game in general and having a wonderful new experience with it. It has been genuinely so much fun. I love this series to bits. Or this game to bits. It might as well be a series. There is stuff in the works, but it's going to come out when Sukuban has time. I am absolutely here to wait for that. Special thanks to everybody watching, to everybody who's played this game over the years. And apparently I get a little special thanks too for playing this. Made in Game Maker Studio by Yo-Yo Games. Prologue version made in RenPy by Python. Dynamic text box engine by Kayla Padron. Mom, Dad, family, and friends, thank you for all the support. This is for you. Shit, I'm choking up so hard. Oh, man. Did you have fun? Yep, I also got to meet a cat boomer. Why did your boss hug you, though? She's that kind of person. Now let's sleep. You were dozing off back there. You're right. Good night, Jill. We'll play some more tomorrow. Good night. Ah, shit, I'm really gonna cry. I love this game. Gracias, Peluche. 2016, Sukuban Games. 8 good years. It's been great, guys. Let's enjoy our endings. Friday, February 3rd. Did I skip one? I hope I didn't. Uh-oh. I don't think I did. This is good. Really good. You have no idea how long I've wanted some curry. I remember I meant to eat some, but then I had to pay for some drinks I spilled on the floor. This is Jill. That screwed up my budget. It's the least I can do after being such an obnoxious client. Yeah, about that. Mind if I ask something, Mr. Timothy Mercury? So you know? It's a small city. Turns out 2 very grateful girls soon became regulars, and both of them are related to you. So what's your question, bartender? Call me Jill. 2 questions, actually. The first one is, why did they brand you as a traitor? Because you killed the other guy? I don't know, it sounds weird considering the other guy assaulted 2 little girls. It was a cover-up. The guy was my superior. A higher-ranking officer like him assaulting innocent civilians? That would be unthinkable. On paper, at least. On record, I hurt the girls and killed him before another unit subdued me. Then I escaped from their custody. In reality, that's all I needed to know. Sorry for bringing that up. Didn't you have another question? Yeah, how did you build this restaurant so fast? It's a small city. Turns out 2 very grateful girls tracked me down to thank me. One of them was rich and the other noticed I smelled like curry. Those 2 are really nice girls, huh? Says Joe. They didn't deserve what that bastard did to them. Excuse me, comes in Stella. Oh, speaking of the angels. Timmy, 2 special curries, please. Oh, hi, Jill. Saturday, February 25th. We're going to miss 1 or 2 of them, I'm pretty sure. But we'll try and get some more of these in a little bit, and I'll explain that later. I can't believe you actually made me do that sleepover thing, says Jill. You didn't have to accept, you know, says Alma. I did her voice wrong. Shut up. I'm having a good time. See, even Gabby is having fun. Relax a bit. Yeah, whatever. I love this face. You know, Alma, you remind me a bit of my sis. I do? How? You always manage to get a reaction from Jill. Sis always said that Jill acknowledging your presence is the best way to know she likes you. You're talking too much, Gabby. Oh, it's different with you though. With my sis, Jill was more frustrated. Like this one time where she brought her a shirt that you're talking too much, little girl. A shirt that what? That had a pic of a cucumber on it. Cucumber? Ow! Just what are you doing with my hair? Sorry, it got stuck in one of my fingers. Seriously. So I'm a bit like Lenore then? No, you just remind me of her a bit. Moreover, my sister wasn't as ass. What this girl is trying to say is that with your tits and ass, you could build a Lenore and a half out of the mass, says Jill. That just means there's enough to share with both of you. Share? You're talking too much, Homa. Friday, January 15th. Don't worry about us time traveling, it's fine. So yeah, the guy had a fantasy about a woman castrating him. I tried for an hour to convince him it's a bad idea, and I finally got him. We finally moved to the bedroom, and it turns out the guy had a weird implant where his testicles should be. It's basically a removable ball sack. I suppose the guy really liked that fantasy and made sure he could live it out properly. I once saw a guy at the hospital in the emergency room after having been castrated to fulfill a fantasy, says Anna. Great! What a story to continue on. I wonder if it's the same guy, says Anna. I have enough problems with just one, you know? Just one what? Chuckles Anna. We're just listening to one of your anecdotes, says Jill. You told me about the Neo Tijuana thing, and now this. Don't you have a more subdued story? Oh, come on, Jill. You're an adult. You can take that much. Shut up, says Jill in her brain. Well, last time I spoke with my mom, I asked her the story of her daughter. Turns out her name was Anna. Huh. And now you pretend surprise, says Anna. Quiet, you. She fought against nanomachine rejection for most of her life. She even lost a girlfriend she made in the hospital to that same sickness. Apparently, sometime after she got out of the treatment, a truck hit her and killed her. But even then, she was amazing. She was? Eh? Yeah, she kept up her studies while still in the hospital. She was a self-taught honor student. Not only that, but she also ranked among the top 5 candidates in at least 3 college admission exams. She also played the piano and guitar. Well, being confined to a room does that, I guess, says Anna. I mean, fully able-bodied people can barely do half of that. But she practically accomplished all that by herself. And she also beat nanomachine rejection, a disease that only 2% of humans suffer and even less survive. It took a trucking truck to take her down. She was great, and I think I'm sort of like her sister. It took a trucking truck. Silly Becky, says Anna. Honey, did you say something? I didn't. Weird. I swear I heard somebody call me Silly Becky. Come again? It's not uncommon for me to hear stuff from far away, and I think I've heard it nearby, but, You're the only one nearby that knows my real name, so it's weird. Oh well, as I was saying, the ballsack guy. Sunday, August 27th. I guess this is where we part ways, huh, says Gillian. Sadly, I'm bound to this city. I can only falsify my identity effectively around here. I really want to thank you, Chief, for this second chance you gave me. If we ever cross paths again, Gil, we're leaving for like a week and a half or something. Don't be so dramatic, says Dana. But and you're taking care of my apartment. We will cross paths because I live there. The time you spend setting up a useless farewell could be used asking me things about the place, like where the switches and valves are. But I already know. They're in that control panel you made. But I like talking about that control panel. I'm proud of it. Speaking of obsessive likes, Jill, stop calling Armitage. She'll take care of your 4-ball just fine. I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about me. I've never been away from 4 this long. I don't know what I'll do. You'll do just fine. You did pretty well for at least 25 years before finding him. Yes, but we're leaving, says Dana. Oh yeah, before I forget, I left you a box of condoms on the first drawer, the desk, Gil. You what? You what? Hey, if he wants to bring his new girlfriend or whatever here, I want him to be ready. Oh, but just one condition. If you're gonna fuck like rabbits, stay away from my room. I have too many pics of my Moto there, and I don't want their eyes soiled. Emo who? Little sister. Then just say little sister. Yeah, whatever, says Dana. First stop, Panama. We did it, chat. Here you can now save heart data. Loading heart data from the title screen on bar will let you start over from the day wow. Loading heart data from the title screen or bar will let you start over from day 1 while keeping your items and money. Thank you for playing. Click to dismiss this message. Let's do it, chat. We're gonna save over day 6 here with our day 1 new game plus here. This is our stream or our content, whatever. This is our video save file, and honestly, it's been great. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me. This is officially the finale of Va-11 Hall A, or as we like to call it here, Valhalla. Cyberpunk bartender action. Thank you guys so much for being here. Happy New Year's, and I'll see you guys a little bit later if you guys are watching this in the current day for a little bit of a stream of this. We can hopefully get a couple more achievements because I want to see if I can finally 100% this game. we'll see how that goes. So guys, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a wonderful rest of your 2024, and I will see you guys in 2025.